Let's continue now. A new edition of an annual ceramics exhibition. It's the persistence of memory. It's an exploration of time and texture. And this esteemed event brings together a talented group of artists who delve into the complexities of human experience, inviting viewers to reflect on their own personal narratives and the collective stories that shape our understanding of the world. This year's exhibition is headlined by the visionary Tamlin Blake, a South African mixed media artist, renowned for her bold and thought-provoking works. Blake's remarkable journey has seen her transform the smallest of details into powerful statements. And so, to tell us a little bit more this morning, we are joined virtually by Tamlin Blake herself. Good morning, Tamlin. Thank you for joining us on the SABC at this hour.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Tamlin, help us understand, what this offering is all about. Talk to us about the textural nature of ceramics in this exhibition that evokes a strong desire to engage with the artworks on a more physical plane.
I think the most incredible thing for me about the exhibition is having the opportunity to work with such incredible artists who work with such a variety of textures and techniques using clay. It's such a three-dimensional form that it sort of sits in our space the whole time, and having to work with it and engage with it, I find very challenging sometimes, but the artists do it in such a way that allows us to have a variety of experiences. And I think this exhibition sort of shows that.
So speaking about the experiences on offer, the artists harnessing their sensory appeal to convey themes, emotions, using it as a canvas for us to project onto, have an inner conversation with ourselves as well. What's evoked on that front?
I think what comes through for me is a lot of artists are working with notions of healing,
yes.
Either using symbols, patterns in sort of traditional sort of forms of art making and weaving it into their ceramic forms. Others are looking at the future and using sort of three-dimensional printing to come up with these gorgeous forms. That would be Hendrin Horn, who does work like that. And then looking at ceramics objects like vases and vessels that in so many ways are part of our family histories. They come down generations to generation. And as families, these vessels hold memories for us, which I think is also part of healing and continuing sort of generations of thinking.
And so speaking about healing, just the overarching theme, what story is this exhibition collectively telling? And then also, how do artists in this exhibition balance the preservation of tradition, which you alluded to, given the history and the techniques, our cultural heritage, but also pushing, the boundaries, the desire to innovate and push forward, as a collective?
I think you're right there. The starting point is traditional techniques. Ceramics has such a long history, and in so many different cultures, it's come up to us in different ways. And all these artists are drawing on different parts of those traditions, coming from such a multicultural sort of country as ourselves. Seeing these coming together in this exhibition is quite beautiful. And I think getting back to the persistence of memory, which is the title.
Yes, do continue. Do continue. You were.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I just heard something in the background. No, with the title, "The Persistence of Memory," there's a lovely sort of idea that clay holds memory in itself. So if you overwork a piece of ceramic or raw clay and it dries and you bump it again, it tends to go back to its original form. And I think for me that sort of symbolizes this thing that we have with clay and objects, where we holding that memory of tradition and culture.
Would you say it's become provocative as well? Is that an emotion that you want to convey
Absolutely.
or explore?
I think, looking at some of the forms, they're not traditional necessarily. We've got some artists who do make sort of vessels and vases. Others are making very sort of unusual three-dimensional forms, which can be provocative and stirring. And I think a good art piece makes one think and sort of makes us look at the world around us slightly differently.
What do you want people to walk away with, just quickly, as we look at your vision and aim for the show, resonating with visitors at large? I mean, on an emotional or personal level as they interact?
I think it would be lovely for people to come with an open mind and find a piece in the exhibition that they really sort of resonate with. Sometimes it's difficult to see a whole exhibition and sort of find meaning in each piece. But if we go and we look for something that's quite personal or that resonates or talks to us personally, I think then you walk away with something that's quite meaningful. And, visiting the farm itself, it's such a beautiful place and always worth a visit.
Tamlin, thank you for breaking that down for us. Thank you for telling your story, for helping us heal as well. We're going to leave that conversation there. Thank you for also preserving our history. Tamlin Blake, South African mixed media artist, chatting about the exhibition entitled Persistence of Memory. It's a new ceramics exhibition that opens at the Spirit Wine Farm.